Did you know that within the first 7 seconds of meeting someone, they've already formed an opinion about you? That means, before you even open your mouth, people are sizing you up. And once you start speaking, it's even worse. Studies show that people judge your trustworthiness, confidence, and even your intelligence based on the way you speak. That's right, 38% of how you're perceived is based on your tone of voice alone. So, if you're struggling to connect with your audience or make an impact, you're not alone. But don't worry, you're about to unlock the secrets to captivating any audience. In this guide, we'll reveal game-changing strategies that the best speakers use to hook their listeners, hold their attention, and leave a lasting impression. From mastering the power of your voice to using body language to strengthen your message, we'll show you how to become the speaker everyone remembers. Get ready to learn how to create unforgettable moments every time you speak. Keep watching, because this guide will change the way you communicate forever. Chapter 1: Magnetize your voice. The power of vocal dynamics. Your voice is your most powerful tool in captivating an audience. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. The secret to a magnetic voice is vocal variety. Studies show that a speaker with dynamic voice inflections keeps listeners engaged for longer periods. A monotone delivery can lose attention within the first few minutes. Think of your voice as an instrument. Use pitch, pace, tone, and pauses to create rhythm. This will add color to your speech and keep your audience on their toes. The human brain is wired to pay attention to changes in sound. If you keep your voice steady, the brain can easily drift. When speaking, vary your tone to express emotions, anger, joy, sadness, or excitement. Each tone brings a different energy. The best speakers master the art of using vocal fluctuations to stir their audience's emotions. A sudden pause at the right moment can be more powerful than a sentence. It makes your point stand out. Remember, the difference between a good speaker and a great one is how they use their voice to connect. The deeper your voice, the more authoritative it sounds. Lower tones tend to be perceived as more trustworthy, which is why many great leaders speak with a rich, full voice. But high tones can express enthusiasm, so don't be afraid to shift your pitch. A varied pace also keeps listeners attentive. Speeding up during exciting parts and slowing down during important moments helps your audience absorb what you're saying. Avoid rushing through your speech. Studies suggest that speaking too quickly can cause listeners to miss key points. Use vocal dynamics to show confidence, passion, and expertise. Chapter 2: The Art of the Pause. Silence speaks louder than words. In the world of constant noise, silence can be the most powerful tool you have. The pause is often overlooked, but it's the secret ingredient that can make a speech unforgettable. A well-timed pause can build anticipation and make your message stick. In fact, research shows that pauses in speeches enhance understanding. A dramatic pause before an important point makes listeners pay closer attention. Silence gives your audience time to reflect on what you've said, allowing the message to sink in. Public speaking legend, Martin Luther King Jr., often used pauses to increase the emotional impact of his speeches. Pauses are also a form of non-verbal communication. They signal that something important is coming. People remember the silence just as much as the words that follow it. Too many speakers rush through their content, but pausing forces your audience to engage. It breaks up the rhythm, making the speech feel more conversational. You don't have to pause for long, just a few seconds can create a powerful effect. Experts suggest using pauses at the end of a sentence or between key ideas. If you find yourself speaking too quickly, try to consciously insert pauses. This can make your speech feel more controlled and deliberate. The key is not to fear silence. When used effectively, it makes your message more impactful. As the famous writer Ernest Hemingway once said, the most essential gift for a good writer is a built-in, shock-proof, shit detector. Think of the pause as your shock-proof detector. It filters out unnecessary chatter and lets the core message shine. Chapter 3: Body language that pops. More than just gestures. Great speakers don't just use their voices, they use their bodies. Your gestures, facial expressions, and posture speak volumes. Research indicates that 55% of communication is non-verbal. Your body language is saying something even when you're silent. A strong, open posture signals confidence, while crossing your arms might make you seem closed off. Studies show that speakers who use deliberate hand gestures are perceived as more credible. But it's not just about moving your hands around. Every gesture should serve a purpose. For instance, if you're emphasizing a point, use your hands to frame it, bring them together to signify unity, or extend them outward to express something big. Simple gestures like nodding or maintaining eye contact can help build rapport with your audience. When you look at your listeners directly, it shows you're engaged, and it draws them into your message. Smiling can also boost your credibility. People are more likely to trust someone who seems approachable and friendly. Your face can express as much emotion as your voice, if not more. Raise your eyebrows in surprise to show astonishment, or lean forward to signal curiosity. Your audience will mirror your body language subconsciously, helping them connect to your message. Don't forget about your physical space, move with purpose. When you walk across the stage, do so slowly and with intention. This will project confidence and control. However, be cautious about fidgeting, which can make you appear anxious. Experts say that a good speaker uses body language to reinforce the message, not distract from it. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips on how to master public speaking and become the speaker you've always dreamed of. Chapter 4: Emotion over Perfection. Connect on a human level. The key to engaging your audience lies in emotion, not perfection. While polished speeches are impressive, they can feel robotic if there's no emotional depth. People don't connect to facts alone, they connect to the feelings behind them. Speakers who are emotionally authentic are the ones that leave a lasting impact. Consider the famous TED Talk by Brené Brown. She captivated millions by being open about her own vulnerabilities. Audiences are drawn to speakers who show they're human, not just delivering a perfect script. Research shows that emotional storytelling activates the brain's mirror neurons, making listeners feel as if they're experiencing the story themselves. The most powerful speakers embrace their imperfections. They share personal experiences, struggles, and triumphs. If you make a mistake during your speech, own it. Audiences admire speakers who can laugh at themselves and move on. You don't have to have all the answers, showing emotion makes you more relatable and trustworthy. Don't try to be perfect, instead, be real. One study found that people are more likely to follow a leader who displays vulnerability. Emotional connection is what keeps your audience invested. Even in a professional setting, people respond to emotional appeals, especially when they align with their values. Emotion doesn't have to mean tears, it can be passion, excitement, or even humor. Humor, especially when it's authentic, can create a strong bond with the audience. The more you connect on an emotional level, the more they'll remember your message. As the legendary speaker, Maya Angelou, put it, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Chapter 5. Create a conversation, not a monologue. Monologues may sound impressive, but conversations are what build relationships. A great speaker doesn't just talk to their audience, they engage with them. The best speakers know how to read the room and adjust their approach in real time. Ask questions to invite participation, whether it's a direct question or rhetorical. Studies suggest that when audiences feel included in the conversation, they're more likely to stay engaged. Think of your speech as a dialogue, not a one-way street. Interactive moments, like asking the audience for a show of hands or their opinion on a topic, make them feel involved. This creates a sense of community between you and your listeners. Even if your speech is well rehearsed, be prepared to adjust based on the audience's reactions. If they're nodding and engaged, keep the energy high. If they seem disengaged, slow down or ask for their thoughts. A dynamic speaker adapts to the moment and creates a shared experience. This approach not only keeps attention but also makes your speech feel more authentic. Speaking in a conversational tone can help you sound approachable and relatable. The best speakers don't just communicate, they connect on a personal level. Think of it as building rapport. The more your audience feels like they're part of the conversation, the more invested they become in your message. Hit the subscribe button for more tips and tricks to master the art of captivating public speaking. You won't want to miss what's next. Chapter 6: The Final Flourish. Ending that stick. How you end your speech matters just as much as how you start. A strong finish leaves a lasting impression. Studies show that people remember the first and last things you say, so make your conclusion count. Whether it's a call to action, an inspiring quote, or a surprising twist, your final words should resonate with your audience. You want them to leave thinking about your speech long after it's over. A powerful closing ties everything together and reinforces your key message. One great way to end is by sharing a personal story that brings the speech full circle. Use this moment to remind your listeners of the emotion you want them to carry with them. Keep it concise and clear, don't ramble at the end. If you ask your audience to take action, make sure it's something they can remember and act on. Leave them with a challenge or a thought-provoking idea. Great speakers understand the importance of timing. The final flourish is your moment to make them feel something unforgettable. Winston Churchill's closing lines during World War II, "We shall never surrender," didn't just sum up his speech, they sealed it in history. Your ending should be just as powerful. Subscribe now to get more tips and learn how to leave a lasting impact every time you speak.